Welcome to our program when we say we call UDUOTA, the heart of the matter. That man that I talk all the time, I see they see the man, even up to tomorrow, the man say, if you put your eye down, you take time to open ants, you go see a heart. Now, that'd be one thing. So, I will say the man tell me, today we get matter when we say we want to open the ants, when we say we want to look for the heart. What's that the matter? And that matter now be the one we say we hear for the other time when it concerns the Nigerian judiciary. We want to look and they say judiciary is supposed to be independent, or they say they're independent. We want to know now only paper now be say they about they say and true. Number one, all this one we say we want to talk about now just because what happened the other day when it basically the National Assembly, the 9th National Assembly, House of Senate to be precise, they do their own when we say they do the bye-bye, the last city when they do for there, so somebody can talk some kind many things them there. When we say they call, that's not the man, when we say they represent Bauchi North Senatorial District for the National Assembly, where his name be Ahmad Bulkachuwa. What he talk, we go plan for you later as the program, they work out, they go. Yes, we go look and where. My name is Thomas Adu. I say welcome to the program. UDUOTA. And I get two people here who know the head sharp for this kind of matter when they talk to us. Before we go find the call, we know not only they go talk well when we say we go feel understand. We get barrister Matthew Edagese. Welcome to our program.
Thanks for having me.
Also, I call that your name well.
That's here. Well, you get some very well now.
Thank you so much. We get my brother here. If I call him just like I don't like John Yakubu. What you get the way we say this side. I don't want to this side.
Well, the one where this side. Very important to me and important.
It's important to me, and I like the sound. Now people ask us
Okay. So that's the name. So that next time you pronounce it well. Thank you, viewers. You're welcome.
Make you know, so we know speak grammar here, so they speak the language you're going to follow and understand.
Yes.
And more start like this. We know so your work not to be go courts to defend people when they do wrong or when they do bad, at least to go prove case for courts. Now they say they go to go look for justice. I want to ask you, the Nigeria judiciary, is they independent? If it is independent, how independent? You get freedom at all to do your work?
The independence when Nigerian courts get, when judiciary gets all over the world. Now the constitution of the country, now you give them, not be human being, not be person when they power they give them.
Okay.
So that independence is guaranteed, the day constitution. Constitution guaranteed them that independence. So if they say you are the KBSO, they coronate you, they put crown for your head, put beads for your hand. Then tomorrow let me say you go out, go they run around like a servant for palace. Not be person cause some. Now you when no one exercise your authority.
Okay.
Now you sacrifice your power. Okay. You chose to be a house help instead of be the landlord. So judicial independence, and the Nigeria Constitution grants them. Whether they are exercising it, now their choice be that.
Okay.
So they have the right to exercise their freedom and independence. Okay. If they waive it or compromise it, not be anybody they go blame. And themselves they go blame.
John Matthew Yakubu, I sure I call him well this time.
Yes, you call him well. We call him well.
You go agree, say the Nigeria judicial system, the Nigeria judiciary, is they independent?
Yeah, I dey happy with what my brother talk. Because first of all, na in area be that. You know, thank God he's a lawyer, and not just a lawyer, a practicing one at that. When they go court, they stand it for people. But waiting they happen, we say, our people, we know they shame as a people. Shame not there our diary or dictionary or what you call it. It is because of that shamelessness where we not get for body. That make people like me now sit down with lawyer, they discuss about the independence of judiciary. If we they shame as a people, and we get shame for body, waiting with the talk now when make you call two of us to this studio, we for don't they talk them. Because now only this climb, this environment, this Nigeria, now they do things wrong and begin to blame the constitution when it give power. You said it just now, say, constitution gave you power.
So now you can't use that.
Now you sit down. Say rather than being the king, now slave you go be. Because of waiting, food. Because of waiting, they go chop. Because of money when you're not supposed to spend, when you want to spend. because of money when not belong to you when you want get, because of house when you know when your salary not go fit build when you want build. Now those one be the shame when not dey Nigeria our people body when they say matter when not consign us now for this country when they say na law when constitution put down let me and you dey talk. You know why? It don't reach when people suppose sit down when they do certain things they go think of wetin their children go talk. Because if they not dey shame, madman not dey shame, but people wey dey near am, na dem dey shame for am. Because madman don't know whether he wear cloth or he dey naked. And for that reason, judiciary, I believe say I dey talk am before, because I not be lawyer, and I still be the hope that one man, some people decide to do what they are doing to this country. One day, people wey want do the right thing go come up. When Pharaoh when no Joseph go come. Things go right.
Okay, we did try to make sure say we bring the video, but the video they what they call say they vary, they everywhere.
I don't see them.
And the video when be say concern Senator Ahmed Bulkachuwa, Bulkachuwa, where they represent Bauchi North Senatorial District. When they do the last meeting one they want to do for the National Assembly, they call valedictory session. It come out, it put them out for so many things. We say if we encroach, so you get many people for inside here, so their faces, members here. It's when they call meeting to make you talk to a wife for some matter. When they say concerned for courts, say and the woman grants in favor, say he thank the wife and he apologize to the wife, say pressurize them. Say they can say people they don't even respect them, they don't even give her that respect for all the things they want to say do for them and the rest. So to quite to a point, the Mr. President, Senate President, quite say this kind of thing don't do not be here you go talk and not be here you go talk and you don't understand. With this kind of thing when we say this man talk so 82-year-old man for the National Assembly, person figure they believe say the judiciary true they still get integrity.
Integrity is a personal thing.
Honestly,
it's not a group thing.
You are very right.
You come from a family where there are 3 armed robbers,
right.
and you are a reverend father. You feel be native daughter, I feel be Catholic priest from the same family.
Yes.
Your native daughter work no will affect my priesthood work. Now waiting I choose to do.
That's true.
So judiciary as a collective, we cannot be talking of judicial integrity as a collective. We would talk as individual judge. It be like say you have 11 players. In fact, let me even go to the Bible. Out of the 12 disciples, there was a Judas. Doesn't make Simon Peter Judas. It doesn't make Thomas Didymus Judas. So all of them get their own characteristics and identity.
Why you call it Thomas Didymus now? Because me not Thomas. You see John there, you know use John.
That's the way they do it. That's the way they okay. Apostle John. So all of them get their own their identity and their character and their contribution. So if anybody when he do nonsense, maybe they carry the name of that nonsense work, put them as a tag, paste them for a face. What in Oyibo they call name and shame. As Bulkachuwa, they call him. Bulkachuwa come to the whole front of camera before the whole world. At the hallowed chambers, as they call it, he can't desecrate them. And he chose to do that thing on the day, their final day, sitting. For the duty session. For the night assembly. Let me say that come on, still there. Oh, still there. Okay, I don't know. So that when you do that, when everybody see. Anyway, I'll confirm that it's not still there, but you're talking for the night assembly. That's when you do that day. If in a country when the people get shame and they know how to shame person when you do shameful thing, back in Chua, not go live there a free man because you don't get any immunity from arrest. Because what you do that in a confessional statement, how it interfere with justice. Donald Trump is facing trial in America, a former president, for things that are not as serious as this. Somebody come confess witchcraft for Village Square. He come palace. Say, now maybe the way you kill children for this village, they will clap for and will say, go home in peace. If na normal setting, they will say, tie him up. All right. The people when you mention for this your confession, all of them made them go gather them, tie them, maybe we ask them question. But Bulkachuwa talk and finish. The party back, if colleagues clap for him, he go home. It's at home now. Nobody invite him for any question. Person when he confess. Say he commit sacrilege in the temple of justice. Because the wife was the head of the appeal court all over the country. President. So he say, you know what type of man talk am. He say, my colleagues here, some of them are here, now me help now. Tell my wife, make it help now when I get issues. And my wife oblige me. I just encroach on my wife's rights as a judge. And it tolerate my encroachment. How now may they talk before now say, now shout only for them? Why they never call the wife now to come explain whether when he take you out of office as a judge, whether he talk saying would they grant
the request of a husband
unlawful and unconstitutional favor to pervert the cause of justice. Which if another person say opposition now come blackmail him, or somebody who don't try, when they want just spoil a good name. This one a husband, I come. Not be say they put gun for a head. He come voluntarily. That is voluntary confession. I don't see anybody puts a dagger that if you don't talk him. He talk him, he was very calm. In fact, he was pointing at them. In fact, the finger tail for Lawan face before he come over again.
I don't know what he mean by that.
I watch him because he say you.
I don't know what he mean by that.
I say they point them.
They point them.
People will do favor. And I try the finger reach Lawan face. Not be me they watch television, I know what I see. Lawan come they tell us say that direction you are going is dangerous. No, come back, stop it. Why Lawan will they tell person when they confess? Lawan is supposed to be chief lawmaker. He they tell person when they confess. Say he don't do. That one now somebody when they patronize corruption.
Okay, when we they grow up, you go agree with me, Mr. Yakubu. Saying you see there for the day now, you go see woman if you go Sapler Road now High Court, they put one person there, they tie eye. See judge or judiciary, you know they see. You know understand? If they won't give judgment, say from the evidence before me, now what now can't tell me, now they give judgment. But if like say they don't take out, so they remove that cloth, they put for your eyes small, then they see those small. Now they ask now. They put her like they put the eyes
Sado, I beg. You know, say, this program, we thank our viewers and very serious program, a very serious issue. They never remove that cloth. Like I keep saying, thank God my brother here is a lawyer here. But for some of us, when don't go to court, where? For litigation. What did Bulkachuwa talk? Now make some people now for politics. When they rig election against you,
so let's go to court.
Or do all the baba thing, right result, they say go to court. Because for what thing happened on the closing of the 9th Assembly, they know say Bulkachuwa they there. And it's there to help them to do what is wrong. So, like what did my lawyer talk now? When person they tell you now, say after election, go to court, what would they talk now? Say people will say, please don't Bulkachuwa us. Because if you Bulkachuwa us, you already have known the result even from the beginning. And if Bulkachuwa say that is what happened, I tell you this, and it's shameful. But I want to thank Nigerians. But he has said something just now which we must take very seriously.
Okay, before we go past, we could just listen to the Bulkachuwa now. And wait till he say he talk before make it just say because the thing never ready to say. Just say the man ready to talk to us now. Make it whether if he talk what he talk that they make it talk and back again. Bulkachuwa, my brother, make we listen to the video more see what he say there.
Mr. President, at my age, I don't think I will lobby anybody under the sun. I would do the right thing, and I always do the right thing, and sincerely and honestly too. So, I know, I look at faces in this chamber whom have come to me and sought for my help when my wife was the president of the Court of Appeal. And I'm sure
the Single Senator Adam Ahmed Bulkachuwa, I think I would advise that you just round up and take your seat.
Name any names. We know ourselves.
No, but this kind of insinuation will mean that there was favor, there was this and the rest of it. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I must say that, okay, to round up, since that's what you want me to do, I will do that. And I must thank particularly my wife, whose freedom and independence I encroached upon while she was in office. And she has been very tolerant and accepted my encroachment and extended her help to my colleagues.
Distinguished, please, I don't think this is a good idea, go in this direction. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, please.
No be me talker. You see Bulkachuwa, and I want to thank our people that when we say they for Chinese television for the good work when we say they do there. They do.
You see, waiting they pay Bulkachuwa be say from the tone and from the voice. It be like say some of the people not pay back well.
Or they not appreciate
they
it.
You can see pain in the heart of
you
can see the pain in the heart of the man. That some of you here when it be say na me Bulkachuwa una enter this place, the tenor don't end. Waiting and talk so na go do for me and my wife na not do. That's what the man. That is what the. You see, they try to stop him.
He insisted.
He must tell them because I haven't favored you unduly. You have, but I will come back. I will have to come back to him because integrity is a personal issue. Why did I say this? I said this because even some of us don't. We have experienced this.
They bring the grammar.
Sorry, even some of us don't see this matter. Matter like this when we say you don't say it's straight. Let me tell you this why Bulkachuwa is speaking like this. The new law when I am a politician, the new law when they make concerning political party how they go to do primaries and others. You know, say some people like me will be hope say some people will not take part for primary and others. Ordinarily, I'm not a lawyer, well interpreted. We thought we were interpreting it the way it was written because law could be interpreted by lawyer. Ordinary man, 50 interpreters small, but not as the lawyers will interpret it. But there was an agreement in the interpretation. But when it finally got to some people in Nigeria, it was interpreted the way it is. We have no power because when the court interpreted law, we say at the court pleases. Whether we go whether we like it or not, at the court pleases.
As far as you don't talk,
as far as I don't talk, even when it is not pleasing, even to the ear, we will say at the court pleases. That is where we are. But let me say this. I continue to say it. I thank my brother for mentioning the word that out of 10 persons you must have a Judah. Out of two in the family, one might be bad and the other is good. But let me appeal to the good.
I mean they try to bring the grammar conduct. Because like if you don't verse now, you come let's say they come to speak grammar.
No, I'm not verse. Make I appeal. Make I use this medium to appeal to our brothers and sisters. The end is not near. We will get to the end of the road. We will get there. Let me tell you one thing. This thing when this man just talk now, that's not what I tell people. 63 years ago, they gave us Nigeria. Now me and you, my brother and our sister, our relative, husband, uncles, now they run Nigeria down like this, waiting this man just talk now. Not be foreigners. Not be foreigners put us for where we did today, when we say we know the shame again. Now our people, your brother, your sister, as Bulkachuwa they talk there for today now, he get one some of his brothers and sisters say, yes, he talk well. Waiting the man talk, not be waiting happen, not be talk, not be help when he give people. And actually, I think he did well. Because like my brother said, if a witch don't do, if you want freedom, he come to the village square to confess. What the man have just done is that, gentlemen, Nigerians, I'm going home. But some of these men, when they down here, when they go home,
we are not good people.
We are not good people.
I want to talk with that.
Okay, now I come to you now. Una get body.
Yes.
Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. And the NBA now I want to talk now. Say the NBA don't come out and say, they go, may they arrest Bulkachuwa, may they arrest the wife, because the man they talk that time, say he ready to talk plenty things. I say they see people here, and the name of people when we say yes, maybe for call their names now, they don't and talk. They say off the mic.
That's when suppose tell them we want to hear more. We're saying you don't do
off the mic.
You are suppressing the truth.
Okay.
You are covering up crime.
Okay.
Lawan
With what NBC talk, is there any need to arrest Bulkachuwa and the wife or call them to book? Well, we know say yes, say the way the whole thing don't be now. I wonder if that Bulkachuwa, no, many other Bulkachuwa they feel they want to say yes, they'll feel suppress the whole thing again. Say, make we know here. Is there any need? Because they see many cases before. We just say the case starts at the end. We know they know.
We don't will talk say because pandemic am key person. Say they don't will eat time again. But they can't forbid pandemic. If somebody do wrong thing instead of doing the right thing, doesn't mean that we should not do right thing again.
Okay.
So there is every need for the sake of sanity of the system and the respect for the constitution of this country and for the love of the people of Nigeria. Anybody when he commit crime, they're supposed to bring them to justice, to book.
Okay.
He just confess saying he commit crime.
Okay.
Now very serious.
And they will call accomplices then put to
that. Yes, he say among una here. You know say outside here. Say una dey here now. Una come meet me for house. Now let's start. Beg me to help una. Not be only that why they do say he need some money to help to pay school fees. He defined the role and the status.
So they will beg your wife safe.
I beg and say he don't stop there. Say he encroach on the wife.
Okay, yes. That's a call for some.
Yes, now. You know, I say under duress.
Okay.
He encroach. And the wife was very tolerant.
Yes.
When you say I will do justice without fear of favor, that is the oath of the judge. Now, a man is telling you that if force him, and the wife tolerated the by force, as a judge, somebody forced your hand.
And the husband, now I put money for your head.
The oath of office say if your husband come, your children come, make you give them a unlawful preference.
I don't know the law. I don't get a copy.
Now, what did the law say? He said taboo. It's a time for a judge to even sit in judgment over somebody when he gets interest. It has protected as that. Say if your person when you say your interest.
One language they say go recuse himself.
You have to withdraw. Say I know if Andorra.
Okay.
Sentiment will play a role. Here you ask. The matter not be family matter. Family member come say do it like this for that person, and he say I concur. Look, that very day, that oath of office he don't already violate them. So justice was no longer the purpose. Injustice was what was negotiated.
Okay, Rochas Okorocha when we say they talk for the house. Because I'm going to play that one too much. We discuss this matter. Rochas Okorocha jokingly talk and say, he say, Mr. President of the Senate, he said the way you take come back and everything, I don't know. May you teach me how you take Duam when you be say up all those matter when you be say concerned placeholder at that time and the rest, you still free, come out, come back to the National Assembly even after the primary, other kind of things don't happen. How you take Duam when you say you teach me? Say I'll come meet you, make you teach me. He don't show say yes. Even Bulkachuwa had already come up for office as president of the president of the Court of Appeal. Before we say this Ahmed Lawan issue come, you understand? That means say so many other Bulkachuwas then they fit it there around and the rest. So this man, this kind of person talk and say, I make you teach me how we say we take Duam and that kind of thing. You know, say yes, say the system on its own. It get the way it be that they need to do some kind of things.
Well, the system, like I said just now, that system and every other system is run by who? By Nigerians. We did not go bring Cameroonians come run our after independence. Every system, police or judiciary, everything is run by Nigerians. And that is why I say I talk just now say where we are today, where we say we are today that people cannot feed, it's not put upon us, not be foreigner concern on us.
Now we concern with our own
now our people who are shameless, who believe say there is another world when they go put Nigeria money after they don't die. Now they cause this problem to us. Who believe say when Bulkachuwa they talk or Okorocha they talk, what is the exchange? What will be the thing where they change hand? When make people they bend what is right. And don't forget, Sadu, even when they bend this law like Okorocha they talk, you and me know say this judgment what they just do now, he bend But like I said, even very senior lawyer, once the judge don't talk and finish, he don't finish, they will say, as the court pleases, they don't get any other. The worst you can do is that if the lower court, you can take it on appeal.
You can to higher court.
To a higher court, you can take it. But once it has been pronounced by a higher court, it don't finish. You can't appeal to God. You wait for. But Dele Giwa Tokam, he said, any evil when man commit against man on this earth, if you not pay for it now, you definitely pay for it in the world to come. Now, Dele Giwa Tokam, though they killed him with a letter bomb, you remember. But what we are saying is this evil, where we they do against ourselves, against Nigerians, believing that we are happy, because waiting they talk now, waiting to talk, we say, when you do that evil in favor of one person, another person is being made unhappy. When you do evil against somebody, another man they suffer and somewhere else. There's a particular judgment we got in this state, a particular judgment, and I will never forget that line. I get the line. It was a judgment which I was involved. I will mention her name because it was. Justice Eruaga said it's shameful. In her line, Honorable Justice Eruaga, he said, look, this thing wanna do is very shameful. Don't wanna be government official to have done this. We still have judges we still have very competent judges who get integrity, like he said. But many of them where we say they want to build a house where Dangote build. There's a difference between a trader and a government officer. If you think say trader where they sell cement, where they manufacture cement, if you skyscraper, if they live for it, you like them, come out for government work, come do trading. Okay. So that you can live in the same environment.
Now advice, now you give them so.
Because now what thing they lead to all this Bulkachuwa, this and every that.
Okay, no wahala. You see, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come out the other day. He say there go to be reforms. Say reform go, they go change many things for inside judicial this thing. He say part of an icon they bring the good one. Say they when BC is supposed to retire for 65 years before, we want children to 70 years now, and the rest. He say, but this is not just the beginning of the reform to use it. Well, that BC yes say, you know, say Mr. President talk and now say we in they agree. Say the thing itself, say K-leg day for our judicial system. And if our judicial system get that K-leg and people the feed they come out just like my brother John Yakubu take remind us just and say what they don't do to the one to say go to court. How you feel say yes say the thing let's now get power pass now go the win case or now get connection pass.
I hear say you mention reform.
That's what Mr. President talk.
Reformation and deformation, they are two opposite things.
Okay. Before you go reform, that say don't do reform. When you mentioned
reform just now, I was excited. I wanted to hear something that looks like reformation. But what you cited was a deformation. How you will say person went to retire when you extend the working time?
No, me talk now. What Mr. President talk?
No, the reform what they want to be
it's not part of the reformation.
As far as I'm concerned, that one is deformation of the judiciary.
Okay.
Because if you say footballer, when you don't pass the prime, you want to extend the contracts. You are not looking for utility again. Now, ceremonial game, you want to make it a play. Because if you get any small attack or injury, don't come. So anybody when he say he worked in 70, what is the average lifespan of a Nigerian? Are we living in another world? So if person when he's 70 before we retire, which means we are guaranteeing 100 years
of life,
permanent allocated lifespan. Do you know the judges, by their nature of work, supposed to retire earlier than even other work? They write in long hands. They live a solitary life. You want them to live that, face that stress till 70. 70 is the biblical right age. It's not an age you walk up to. It's an age of it. You should be relaxing with your grandchildren. And anybody when they sit down say that one they call reform. You don't know the reform. In a deform, the deformation they call reform. I expect him to say we reduce the age. Two things are very visible there. One, it's going to overstretch them. Some people become senile before they reach that age. Let me tell you, if not be senility, that confession for no take place.
So the feel say senility don't enter the
I am suspecting it because something may come go
then maybe the verse that say, like you talk just that say,
yes,
the returns are supposed to make.
The returns. When somebody became verse, he will talk to supposed to talk. Yes. When somebody to hosting verse, he will touch what became talk. Now what happened with that? So let me tell you, he want to overstretch them, and that is at the risk of justice delivery. Justice could be malfunctioning at that age. You could have judgment that would be so ridiculous. You say, this man not they think. Now the quality of the brain, now will be the quality of the output.
Okay, we they see the...
That one I want.
Okay.
The repercussion of that so-called reform that is strange to me.
No, it's not the beginning of the reform, now be that.
I'm telling you, my analysis of what they have done, like when you bring out.
Okay.
Now will determine the journey we want to make.
Okay.
People are not going to become judges again. Because if your papa not retire, you know will still work. Your father works till 70. Some people are not going to live up to that age naturally. So you have deformed the judicial growth process. The process of renewing, rejuvenation, you don't destroy them. So you will now create a judiciary of aged judges.
Okay, no wahala.
As an aged judiciary with what do you call it? The consequence of diminishing marginal utility. We don't put them.
Diminishing return.
Now you call
so you know economists too and the rest of that. With the one when we say the presidential electoral position court they go now, the way they go now, and all of that. And some people come the ones and say, you know the carry matter go, you carry matter go there. You sure say you go fit a space, say one Bulkachuwa another somewhere, if you say conflict call, who can determine because the fear of Bulkachuwas them. Now be the beginning of wisdom to people. They won't be say you don't get this thing.
I want to warn here. I want to say it here. Not to warn here. I want to advise.
Because if president of the appeal court, they get one Bulkachuwa, we say they pressurize them to do what he no fit do. What be the guarantee? Say Justice Samani. Say one Bulkachuwa no go do somewhere. Say they pressurize her.
I want to advise here because not take Nigerians for granted though. That is my advice. Because we have taken Nigerians to the wall. When they react, because we are all here, I don't get where they go. I don't know person for Niger Republic, I don't know person for Cameroon. Now here now I know between Uromi and Benin City.
Okay.
Now I know. But I want to appeal to people when they do this thing. You know, say again when you go do these things reach for some people, then when they react, the reaction will be so brutal that everybody go the wrong, go left and right. And we pray that we don't have such a situation. And I don't want to believe say Bulkachuwa go do this matter because the matter went there before the judiciary, then go look into them then go
nobody doubt the one we say nobody doubt the one we say Zena Bulkachuwa they do before that.
No. You see, I keep referring back to my brother waiting in talk concerning integrity. Because integrity is a personal thing. You can't even give it to your son or daughter. You can't inherit it. It's a personal thing. And that is exactly what we talk when we come out to speak to people on issues like this. When you begin to think, yes, people they turn out, they go begin to think like that. That's why I said just now when I talk just now say, now waiting Bulkachuwa talk, now make some people go rig election even for your face. Then go say go to court. Because they know say somehow Bulkachuwa they but even in some other instances, there are still some people when go court, then go retrieve their mandate. So it has never been Bulkachuwa all the way.
But another school of thought.
Let me fair to this. Go back, I will take that another school of thought. But before that school of thought, let me come back to where my brother has talked about reform. The only reform that judiciary go first get, where go make all of us, including you, believe say judiciary the reformation don't start, let them allow them to have the first charge with the constitution that provided for them. So that they don't go meet any person. They say, I want to buy motor, I want to buy chalk, I want to buy paper. Let the judiciary financial autonomy now be number one. Because if you do your office, now you they charge of your office, now you they buy the thing. You don't need to go buy one governor or one president before things are done. You will go look up to that coat of arms. You know, since a judiciary, every other officer get president for their head, for a picture for bag. But judiciary, they, they.
Na court of arms.
Na court of arms.
Independence of the
judiciary. Not independent of the judiciary. But if we must get independent of judiciary from waiting with the talk, it go improve. I want to beg, because Tinubu just start. Number one thing I suppose here that they say, for judiciary, yes, your first land charge as budgeted for guaranteed. That's number one reform.
That one be reformed.
No, that one not be the person where don't, like he said, just a solitary life. I can tell you, judges and magistrates for this time, you know where they live. You don't see them for
they don't mingle.
Do you have ever seen them on that thing drinking
like
and making because they are their nature of job make am not job because they don't want. First of all, judge go finish for court. He go house read in an attempt to come to court the next day. Then you have worked such a man for 35 years. Then you want to make it 40. Waiting, you want to kill him.
Okay, but another school of thought believes, other people, they get believe saying,
yes.
With this kind of say Bulkachuwa don't do now.
Yes.
This presidential election petition court now, you can't sit up and can't push them, make they do the right thing. And the rest of the people know come to say, yes, say one Bulkachuwa call this one, say come force them.
No, I don't want to agree. I don't want to agree with that.
Now they talk to them.
Okay. I thought you were
no. Okay. They talk to. Because I felt and say yes, some people say maybe just no go come because of the one when we say a day now for the petition tribunal because the Bulkachuwa. On that school still get the belief say this one self now when the Justice Samani does wait till they happen, I go make and sit up say make it do the right thing. You don't think so?
The CJN of this country no need any motivation beside the oath of office when he take to do the right thing, to dispense justice. He no need any Bulkachuwa or what they call him to do the needful. If he's waiting for that thing to happen before he does what is under obligation to do as a judge, then he has lost it.
Okay.
So what the Constitution expects of a judge is to apply the facts to the law and deliver justice based on the evidence available. Not because of what they will talk now if I don't do it like this. No, that will not be the motivation it's supposed to be. So as they look at the evidence now when they come for that tribunal, election petition tribunal, evidence they come from left, right, and center. The duty of the judge is to weigh the evidence and marry them to the law. This law now when really function here now, the Electoral Act, is written in black and white. Like he mentioned before, some judgment when people will hear and they will throw up. We don't see them for this country. Electoral Act, when everybody celebrated it, lawyers, even non-lawyer, everybody celebrated, Uhuru has come finally. No more mango. But somewhere, somehow, person when he's supposed to fall into that trap when they set, he can't take and waka like a foot match. You know, hold on.
My people
got two election cycle. Lawan who was saying he don't do that day. Maybe Bulkachuwa was going to that direction. He wanted to make a specific pronouncement on how you benefited. And this man, you know, when you say that they can't bone, and they mention bone, old person go they say, now me they just refer to so.
But people when they talk about the independence and the integrity of the judiciary for Nigeria judiciary, we go one make it be say you be part of the program now. One may say you call us for the number one be say we go display on the screen, but I first call and first 080 77 0300. Once you call it, don't become part of the program. That's now 080 77 0300. Once you call us, you don't be part of the program. Because this matter, we go want to make you be say you call in, make you ask your own, or make you ask your own question, and you say concern Zena Bulkachuwa, the former president of the appeal court, and the pressure when be say his husband say in give him while he be say the woman be the president of appeal court. And once you call us now, you will let us know how it be, what you feel inside, and where our judiciary can the carriers will go for our country. Hello? Reduce the volume of a television first. Remove the volume. Hello, good evening. Because before you go call us, you go first reduce the volume for television so we go fit hear you well. If your television day on, the thing will they get what you but they call her back. At that time, we're not going to hear you well. I'm not sure say yes, say you like and like that too. Hello, good evening. Reduce the volume for your television, I beg you.
What is it?
Yeah, good evening. Who they talk with you?
They talk with Era from Umbawa.
Erauyi, talk to us.
Looking at my brother, when they talk, I like and work with. How many years go one day when they become president? All those Baba, immediately they don't be talk better again. They will talk like more people when they new more. I so much like that man when they need to.
Okay.
The 35 years is okay for any judge. First one is the right day and night. So one can go 70. That's one I reform. I said, when I talk to them, they will hear. Otherwise, this country will turn upside down.
I bet not turn upside down at all. We're not going to agree make it be say it turn upside down. Because if it turn upside down, all of it for the country, and that one not go good. So I'm going to take this other coffee before I come back to you now. Hello, good evening. Hello. I sure see that one in my phone now. Be say carry take the play. I bet if you want to call us, now serious business they do here. Call us, make you ask your questions, make we know where we they go. Hello, good evening.
Why not,
Who would who would they talk to?
I talk to Mr. Felix from Mowina.
Okay, Felix from Mowina. How you did this evening?
I'm all right to agree the two of them who did there.
Oh, you not greet me, eh? You not greet me?
The barrister.
Okay.
That's my, I very good my honorable way with Yakubu.
Okay.
So, everything I see for this matter, Bulkachuwa is all for me 20 days in mind. We are not here now. So, we wait for the presidential election. Maybe we know whether another Bulkachuwa will still come out. Then I say, now don't go do it. Now don't go do it. We don't see, now don't say the man tell us now where they go. So even when they don't know win the election, who not contest, they tell they sit down. So this say he win, they go back. That's our former Senate president. Now, we don't see a Bulkachuwa they work for the way. The world they fire now. Then we beg God to make Bulkachuwa not go appear for Kabuna that's the presidential election. We not set the deal for fire. Clear.
All right, so no matter what, our country, Nigeria, no go fit day for fire at all. You they hear the comments when we say they talk. They just say the program because then now we open and we go still take 1 or 2 things before we say yes, we'll come back to ourselves here. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, how would you talk with you?
It's Success from Edo State.
Success from Edo State.
Yeah, the way the Nigeria is going, they are frustrating the junior one. The leaders from this country, they are frustrating the junior one. Make them not surprise one thing. No.
We don't want to make we surprise at all. So you know what in the BC say they talk there. Our people say yes, say if they talk with annoyance at times. What you want to talk, you know, go talk and where, and that can't you come back say go draw us back. Hello, good evening. Hello. Make we respond to one of the things. When people talk and say, yes, it no go dey good at all. When we say our judicial system, this kind of thing they happen. And when we say, yes, they happen like that, we will see some cases, we will carry matter go lower court. When we see the matter, they feel carry and go appeal, from there we carry and go Supreme Court, you know. When you carry and go lower court, the judge when you did there, we don't hear stories, say some of them. The feel say, okay, they collect, they won't collect for your hand. You know that, and they'll give you judgment. The guy saying, I don't do my own, so make they go appeal for the other side and all of that. We even hear one celebrated case when the lawyer say, you just say, he do am, but Mona could go appeal am. You don't understand, so that make I just take for fees or kind of things there. If they get that kind of a thing from people when they're supposed to be the custodian of the law, according to the way in go school, you don't understand, where it be say people like us when don't go school, where we won't hide our face, John Yakubu.
Well, we still have this country to hide our face. That is why they talk just now, they advise. Because we don't use the word warning when we do a studio like this. Because, like you said, at that level, it don't reach red line. But let me say this. Whether they catch armed robber today, kill them, no me say armed robber no go there again. Waiting they try to get because say whether Bulkachuwa day before, whether another Bulkachuwa no go day, we cannot rule out whether another Bulkachuwa no go day. Somehow by providence or by this thing, another Bulkachuwa fit dey. But the situation where we dey now, concerning waiting they happen for this Nigeria, is suppose if the person want be Bulkachuwa before, make it read the mind of Nigerians.
Make we change the name.
Make it read the mind of Nigerians.
Make we change the name.
Make it change the name from that name to another name.
Okay.
Because there are great, big, known, renowned judges wey live for this country, when they respect all over the world. As they quote laws for other people for another country, for this country, people dey when deliver judgment, when we say, if then they quote the judgment when they deliver, then they refer to them. Say, this person at so and so time deliver this beautiful judgment. And it's then go clap for them. So where we dey now, yes, it gets some people where they think say, because of what did happen before, able day. I want to appeal.
Say all the Igbo dog visa now.
Yes.
Hello, good evening. No, brother. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, who will talk with you?
Yeah, I'm Mr. John, and I come from Upper Mission.
John Yakubu, Abi, because John Yakubu, they which of the John?
Another John with that.
Okay.
I beg, I want the episode of the Bulkachuwa. How a wife take a perverted judgment. What did the law talk me they do that kind of judge and the husband?
Now the law will go ask. He say that kind of person do akati. What did the law talk about?
Go arrest and prosecute.
Now crime be crime, and punishment there.
Okay.
But you have to prosecute first, arrest first,
Okay.
then prosecute.
Okay.
Then you hear from her. Waiting be defense. It's entitled to defense. Fair hearing. After you don't talk finish, and the facts no support waiting the talk as defense, then we'll face the music.
Okay.
Nobody is supposed to be above the law. Anybody when even do that offense, when he do that, it's worse than an armed robber when carry gun wrong. Anybody when he survive justice, is worse than a common
Armed robber.
armed robber.
Okay, more see this our brother. What you get to talk? Hello, good evening. Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, who will they talk with you?
Talk to Mr. Paul.
What is be your name?
Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul. Talk to us. Will they hear you?
Well, I went on there. I did my people and the Jordan barrister there.
Okay. Honorable, say greet you.
Thank you.
From Ogbelaka, off Road.
Okay, carry on.
I went on there for the top role and the top meeting, bro. I just want to contribute.
We there with you. Carry on, carry on.
It's a matter of Bulkachuwa. This is surprise everybody. Whether I don't get ticket to come back, now he make a move. Whether we don't get ticket to come back, now he make a move. You remember, say, that this Bulkachuwa wife, he judge this, Atiku and Buhari case. That thing, now he judge him. So that man has to make them kneel and make them persecute him. Because they don't do happen for Nigeria. They don't do many things. There are other Bulkachuwa, many for this justice, for this Nigeria.
Okay.
Make it start to cover them.
Okay.
Because of this presidential election, Sabura, which they go on now. If you see the senior judge and a woman, so make them talk to them well.
Okay, that means a single husband too when busy 50 talk to them.
Yes. If you see the senior judge now for the tribunal and presidential tribunal, if that woman is the senior woman, yes, I bet make them talk to her well. Then that Bulkachuwa, make the arrest wife.
Okay. Okay, the way it be say they talk now, because if I say the women and they play the part for this kind of this thing, I mean make women be judged again, because if they be judged now, the husband 50 they give the work to men.
No, women are. Let's not. Make we not go into the integrity of most women. That, like he said, like out of 12 you get one Judah. No me say the remaining 11. They know. To talk the truth. Yes, some Bulkachuwa still there, some not there. That is why we must go back to integrity. And it has to do with the independence of the judiciary and how they are appointed, how they appoint them. I may not be able to go in detail into that. If you decide to appoint an armed robber as bank manager, and you expect, say, because you don't appoint them as bank manager, the money is safe, I don't think say that money go there safe. So if appointing people into the judiciary, like he said, living the life they live, you are decided to appoint people when they say their head not correct, or they go listen to what their husband tell them, then you have you don't put process down when it be say you don't go even correct at the end. But let me repeat this because this country belongs to you and me. Bulkachuwa, the wife, the people with integrity, the people who run this nation down, the people who don't kill Nigeria for 53 years old. All of everybody now, this country they for born us. Now this country will for grow. We must come together as a people to say this thing when we they do this country not good.
Okay, no problem. What are you talking about? Okay, hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, reduce the volume of television, I beg you.
My name is Ansar.
Reduce, okay, we hear you, sir. Talk to us. What do you want me to know?
You know, before they judge the matter, sir, they already take a oath. If I judge this matter for you, see what you go do for me.
No, you know if you thought that kind of thing at all, because you know the way they take the oaths.
So let me come into that
so
issue.
before you say yes, more take
the issue of the individual integrity of the judges, the female judges now. Let me quickly say this.
Put all together.
Like person, when he did active practice, and a lawyer for many years, let me tell you, the female judges, when I don't know, when I don't stand before, I don't even get judgment before. They give me judgment. Even as recent as 2 days ago, I got an appeal court judgment. Now, female judge, I deliver the judgment. These people have integrity.
Okay.
They are diligent. It is not a group thing, I said before.
It's not.
An individual thing.
An individual thing.
Okay, more here, what is individual?
Wonderful judges.
More here, what is this individual go talk? I should have the last call. Reduce the volume of television, I beg you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, what will be your name, bro? Where they call us from?
My name is Prince.
Okay, talk to us.
Prince. I'm from GRA, Oko GRA.
Okay.
Thank you, people.
Reduce the volume for television. You see they talk on television, they on.
Okay. The volume of TV has problem. So let me just...
Waka go outside.
Okay. Okay, thank you all. God bless you people. As you are trying to say Nigeria is a good country, you people are trying to put Nigeria as a good country. God bless you people.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.
Oh, thank you so much. With the round up now, if you want to, in this kind of thing now, John, Ematian, Yakubu, where you feel say yes, we don't already get it wrong. What do you feel say be the next step we will take now?
The next
you just take the
next step we will take now, everybody, because as the thing they bad they go so, it concerns everybody. Everybody must come again to the table say, what will they do? Because I don't talk for this station one day say, what will they do for Nigeria like this? Now a kind of agreement, but it's a negative agreement. We must come together and say, this thing what will they do? It not will help us. It's negative. We cannot gain from it. Let's turn the right way. The Bible says, let's leave the left-hand side, let's come to the right, because as it is in this country today, people where they left, people where they left too plenty. And if we as we plenty for left, then people say evil crime, they don't see them as crime again.
Okay.
Become a norm.
It become a norm. As it be so today now, like I said at the beginning, as Bulkachuwa talk and as he reach out, say the pattern for back, say don't mind them, not be waiting B, not be waiting happen, not be B.
Okay,
and because you no benefit them.
Thank you very much, my brother. Matthew Edag, talk to us.
When Bulkachuwa said that thing,
with the round up now,
I entered streets. I was taking opinion. Do you know somebody said, why you will go fall your wife hand? You see the mentality. We are protecting corruption. We should be happy that they spill the milk, the beans. And this thing, thank God I don't confess. Somebody was saying the witch for no cuckoo confess. Why you will go expose witches like this? So you can imagine that we are enjoying the atrocity of the witchcraft, the witches. Instead of victim to cry, to celebrate the revelation, we are even happy to say they can even cover it over.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Very strange.
Barrister Matthew Edag, thank you so much. My brother John Ematewa Yakubu, thank you so much. I want to thank all the people that were calling. Eraoyi, Felix for winner, Success, Paul, Osai from Ogbo, Prince from GRA, all of now, thank you so much. My name is Thomas Ado. Until next week, when we go say again, I don't talk before I go talk again. No matter how you hide your nakedness, the rich, you know, go feel hide that for person when be say go bath you when you die. Una good